Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm hoping you guys are all having a fantastic day. So I haven't uploaded a video in about a week and a half, so I do apologize about that. I got busy with life. There hasn't been much going on across the country. Really not major storms, no major storms, no major outbreaks of any sort, other than the coronavirus. But really, you could see that we'll be looking at a pretty aggressive snowstorm pattern as we go into mid-March. Now, recall that I mentioned there will be a warm March. I said that earlier on in the videos, and it still seems like there will be above average temperatures quite extensively. But again, it's March, so it's still the average temperatures are still rather chilly. The sun angle isn't yet too high. It's like that transition period. So snowstorms will still be occurring in March and then well into April as well, even possibly into May. But let's take a look at this. I will be showing you the European NGFS as well. Consider subscribing to the channel if you want to. I talk about the weather, all sorts of related weather content. I'll be uploading throughout the summer and especially in the fall and winter of next year, or of this year, I should say, of next season. So let's get into this. The GFS is actually probably the most aggressive with the winter storms. It has been showing quite a bit of activity, maybe a little bit overdone, but the European has been kind of tagging along with it a little bit less aggressively, but it's still important to note of the differences and the similarities, so that's what I will do. Let's look at the GFS right now across the country. Sunday will, I'm recording this Saturday, this will be uploaded Sunday. This upcoming Sunday is just going to be very warm, very sunny across many locations. However, that comes with a price. Monday, you can see a rather potent storm system is developing across Iowa, Missouri, into Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan. This moves off into New England. Notice there is no big storm out of this. A smaller system does occur across, smaller snow impact, I guess, occurs across southern Canada. Not much snow across the United States. Basically none at all. Too warm for that. But the next system, you can see, midweek system, this one looks interesting. At this point, it doesn't seem too well developed. We'll have to watch it, though. Could definitely develop off the coast or even inland, so we'll have to keep an eye on for that. And then this is where things get serious. So we have a really big, right here, this low pressure, right? And this comes off the coast of California into Arizona and New Mexico, and this really ramps up. And the models are underestimating probably this right now, or you can see the GFS. Look, it has very impressive across New Mexico right there into Colorado, but it really just doesn't intensify. The two waves don't really phase together. We have a northern piece of energy from this and a southern piece. Don't combine. It just kind of, you can see it re-intensifies once it moves into southeastern Canada, extreme southeastern Canada. So will that happen on land? Possibly. This storm is still so far out. You can see we're 150 hours out. So many things could change. I mean, it's more than a week out from today. So if we were to look at this upcoming pattern after that storm, we just see more of those events. You could see another potential system, some rain, some snow. This one a bit more significant. March 21st, this one also coming across the New England, possibly into Vermont, New Hampshire, and New York. And this could bring in several blasts of chillier air across Illinois, Iowa, and Wisconsin, and Minnesota as well. Yeah, it'll be warmer than average for most of the time. That doesn't mean that, again, you can see that some cooler waves will happen. The cold doesn't seem too extensive whatsoever. I mean, seriously, if you were to look at this, you could see that we're looking at, maybe temperatures getting down to single digits farther north where the snowpack is. But otherwise, maybe down into the 20s. Again, GFS likes to I guess, it amplifies the extremes. When it shows warm, it's a little bit too warm. When it's hot or when it's cold, it shows a little bit too cold. So definitely, lately, it's been a little bit on a cold bias, and that's because it's expecting cooler weather, but it's been so warm that it's kind of been hard to adjust to that. So let's look at the snowfall totals as far as we can. Again, really, I mean, you could see the snowfall amounts are impressive. A lot of this would still change. We could see, on maybe not one significant system, we could see maybe several smaller storms, or it may pan out where it's several large systems or it's just sorry, or yeah, it could be penned out where it's several large systems, or it could pen out where it's just one giant system. There's definitely plenty of opportunities, and most models are conducive with that. If you were to look at the Canadian, note this goes out only to 240 hours. The GFS that I just showed you went out to 384 hours. You can see that there shows a widespread 5 to 6 inches across Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri into Illinois, and that's just from a storm that would be occurring at the time where this forecast ends. You can see that it was right there brought by that system, which the Europe Canadian has. Remember, GFS really weakened it. The Canadian has a pretty stronger storm, and there's more on the way, as you can see indicated by entering by the green that's entering the coast of California into Nevada and Washington. Let's look at the European model. European model is just coming in, the midnight one. Let's look at the 12Z Saturday. The European has definitely been the one that's been most changeable, and you can see that it includes several systems right here. We have that one that's going to be occurring this week, early next week, so in the next 2 to 3 days. Then we have another system possibly off the coast of Virginia and North Carolina, so a little bit of snow there possible as well. And notice another system possibly developing right there, and another one right there. So again, plenty of opportunities, plenty of rain, plenty of severe weather probable, and as long as snow. This is kind of the time of year where it's really the worst, as there's still snow. Blizzard could be occurring. A blizzard could be occurring across North Dakota, South Dakota, while we have severe weather across Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, where obviously usually the severe weather is more of the concern, as snow causes roads to be treacherous, but severe weather really takes lives. Blizzards don't really do so as frequently. We had a horrible instance in Tennessee while I was gone. There were several tornadoes that occurred across Nashville, and it killed, I think, 25 people, maybe a little bit more. It was really, really unfortunate. And again, the severe weather, like many others have mentioned, it's probably going to be above average, as really the temperatures have been warm. We could get some cooler shots through the north, and those contrasts are just really going to feed into that severe weather season being significantly above average. Let's look at the European model, the ECMWF high resolution. Again, this is the same thing I was showing you on Tropical Tidbits. This is just a different website now, Pivotal Weather. It has a free European weather model. Tropical Tidbits does as well, except this one has a little bit more features, which is very nice, and obviously everybody should take advantage of this if they, as long as they wish, as it's free. You don't have to pay for it, and basically all the features you want are on here. So you can see that again we have this northern piece of energy for this system, and this early midweek system brought to you by the Gulf of Mexico. We have the southern lower piece of energy, and this kind of combines to a certain extent. I mean, this one kind of pulls this low pressure up, though no snow, no significant snow, just some light to moderate rain. You can see that the European also has a little bit of I guess a disturbance midweek Wednesday, possibly across moving into this mid-Atlantic areas, and then evolving into a bigger storm off the coast of Canada. However, it will most likely not do much for the United States. Maybe just, again, some light to moderate rain, as the temperatures just have been too warm. We have been seeing very warm temperatures, and we probably will continue to see warm temperatures, relatively speaking. Obviously, it's early March, so they can't get blistering warm, blistering hot, but compared to early March where it could be below freezing, it's been very warm. It's been in the 40s and 50s. So this is where things get really interesting. Saturday and Sunday we have to watch the storm. You can see it comes across California. I mean, there's still a lot of unconfidence about this storm. You can see possibly very heavy snow across Iowa, Illinois. This could turn out to be a very large system, and maybe developing across the East Coast a little bit as well. Kind of just stands there, and look, another system developing off into the northern plains. So a very active period seems to be on our way. We just have to stay tight. Again, for those that are looking for snow, this winter hasn't been the best, but notice that there still will be some storms occur, especially across the northern plains, and some snow chances across the Midwest, maybe even the East Coast. We'll have to see. Yeah, this winter has been one of the warmest, not necessarily one of the least snowiest. It's a pretty active one. I do admit I did a pretty poor job forecasting it this year, as my predictions were probably the most off they've ever been. In previous years, I've been more on spots than this year, but that's due to several reasons I could go into that in a different video. But for the warm weather lovers, it's been a good year, and it seems like again, winter's on its way out of here. It's 8th of March as I'm recording this, 9 past midnight, and I will wrap this video up now. Consider subscribing, consider liking the video. It means a lot, and I will continue making these videos as long as you guys keep watching. So see ya, bye.